Alright, that's on. Hello, good morning. I'm just gonna finish adjusting our venerable fish cam, and then I'll be right here. I can't see it. The way my monitor's are set up just kind of like hides this one in the corner. Get over here. There you go. Oh, that's actually not bad. Look at him. What a good fish. Alright. I did nothing and man made it worse. Okay, hello, hi, hey, hi, hello, hi, hey, how are you? I'm Hazel. Oh, I've got a cat. Come here, kitty. Are you coming up or are you concerned about me? I don't know what she's doing. There she is. Hi, guys. As long as you're here, I'm here. Good morning. I hope you're having a great week. I'm having a week. It's been good. It's been good. I had a very late night last night, so I may do a slightly shorter stream than normal. We'll see. I'm gonna kind of wing it, and after the stream is done, I may go back to bed. We'll see. I'm kind of gonna wing it. Kitty, that's my tea, and I need that. You don't even drink tea. She's just sniffing the straw. She likes to smell things, just to know what's up. It's kind of gross, but she likes to smell feet, like, and, that's the end of that story. I'm gonna be a little bit of a mess today. Good morning. Alright, today I got my first lionfish, and I'm scared. You have a lionfish? I've never done saltwater, but I've seen, a lot of popular fish YouTubers have lionfish, or at least two of them that I know of. Taylor has Zazu, and then Joey just recently named his lionfish Bruce. And they're so cool looking. If I ever did, sometimes I like to think about what fish I would do if I ever got a saltwater tank, and then I realize what I'm thinking about, and I'm like, Hazel, no. Calm down. Stop. No. No, it's early for game questions. Do you know if Warfronts start this week? It's not too early. I don't know. You guys can always ask whatever you want, but I just may not always know. No, I have no idea. I was under the impression, like, people have been guessing that they're releasing Warfronts this week, but, we've just been guessing. Nothing really was giving away the launch schedule of those, so we're just kind of winging it. So for this morning's Mount stream, if you're new to Tuesday streams, then welcome to the stream. We do Mount runs, and we had been doing a little bit of Tempest Keep for Ashes of Lar, but that actually dropped, so we're doing a brand new one, and that would be Throne of the Four Winds, because we've run out of cool ones to do for now. I don't know if I'm going to make it through all 11 of my runs today. I'm going to give it like an hour or so and see how I'm feeling, but yeah, I have the rest of my characters. They're all parked out in the inn on the shores of sunny Tanaris. They have their Hearthstone set there, so I can just like go run it and come Hearth back. It should be pretty quick. I don't know how quick it'll be compared to... Oh no, every time. I don't know how quick it'll be compared to Tempest Keep. I mean, there's less RP, but you do have to do the first boss of this one, so that's something. Warfront's going now. It's released. Nice. Is that shirt from the Blizzard Gear Store? I love it. Yeah. So this is the, I forget what they call it. It's like a baseball tee. It is from the Blizzard Gear Store, and they do have these shirts in Horde as well as Alliance. I just obviously got the blue ones. I feel like I wasn't ready to like fully settle into my chair here. Like, I'm not wearing slippers, and my fan is going real fast, so it's like getting kind of cold on my feet. And then I'm not wearing headphones. And I don't have a water bottle, I only have a teacup. So I feel like I wasn't really ready, but I have a cat on my lap now, so I live here. This is my life. Why Shadow Priest? Tentacles. Good morning, Hazel. Good morning, Jill. How you doing? Watching the Mount run while trying for Invincible. Best of luck with the Lich King, Chrissy. I hope that he gives it up for you. I am... Oh, no, that won't work. That won't do. I don't want that mount. I want this one. So, this mount drops on... Does it only drop in Heroic 25? I think so. I think I've done previous mount run raids. Because we used to do this one as part of, like, our loop. Like, before we started committing ourselves fully to one raid at a time, we used to do laps of them, and this was part of it. And I feel like you guys yelled at me at least once for forgetting to put it on Heroic 25. So that seems like a good place to start. Positive thoughts are appreciated. We have to put down my mom's sweet pupper today. Oh, that's always so hard. I'm sorry. Good luck on your drops. Good luck on throne. I hope you get Mimron today. I'm going to be flabbergasted if this drops today. Like, I have no expectation that this drops, just because, like, we've been so lucky recently. We had like, Ashes dropped after what, like 2 or 3 weeks of farming it? Like, yeah, it was 30 runs, but still, that wasn't very many in the grand scheme of farming Tempest Keep. So I don't think that, like, I feel like not that I know it's just random. It's not like there's bad luck timing. There's a little bit of lawn mowing going on outside. It might be coming through the mic. I don't really know. Also, I turned up my mic. I have maxed it completely out. I was getting a lot of comments that my sound was too low for the stream, and it was a lot lower than my video sound, so I have turned it as high as it'll go, basically through OBS. I can turn it up more if I need to, but I want to make sure that I'm not peaking. It looks like I'm okay. I'm gonna need to come back and listen to this later. If it sounds bad, I can turn it down. And I can turn it down and boost it elsewhere, although I don't know if I trust myself to do that this morning. Heroic? Raid? Heroic 25. Alright, I was wondering where the skull was. Alright. Okay, throne takes like 45 minutes, it's nice. Yeah, I appreciate the lack of trash. Like, even with Kael'thas, where you were able to just run past everything to, like, and get directly to the final boss, you know, you still have to run through a bunch of trash. So this is going to be the easiest in this character. This is my only level 120 character that I have at this time. The rest of my characters are all 110 still, so depending, I haven't done this since the scaling changes. So we'll see. Why is it taking you so long to... Thank you. Okay. The other characters may not be as fast as this. Hopefully they can still do it. I think they should be able to. Like, if we were... Well, I guess Cat is a step up from PC. I don't know. Should be fine. If we can make it through the Lich King, we can make it through anything, in my opinion. that was some rating. Still grinding for a better staff. I have all 325 to 340 gear, but my staff is still 266. That was my life a couple weeks ago. I feel you. The weapon struggle is real. I have, on this character, mostly 340 stuff, a couple of 325 pieces, mostly 340 stuff, and my weapons are 325. I have a 340, where is it? I have a 340 wand, but the problem is, I don't have an offhand, and I don't think, like, back when I had a 266 staff, it was not a big deal for me to wear a 325 main hand, and then, like, a 266 auction house offhand, but I don't think I can get away with that when I'm replacing a 325, so I just need to hope for either an offhand to drop, or for, do I need to loot all that stuff? I mean, it's like 50 gold worth of belts. I'm probably gonna keep looting it. And then I heard that I can just jump from anywhere. Is that true? I am notorious for getting really confused in this raid about how to jump to the final boss. Like, sometimes I just can't find the wind. Oh, man. I start my new job tomorrow. If everything goes well, I will be a patron soon. Congrats on your new job! I hope that you have the best of first days and first weeks. First day of high school for me. Seeing a stream helps calm my nerves. It is the first day of school. Labor Day was yesterday. I was thinking about that. I always like to think about, like, I get this, it's the weirdest thing to feel satisfied about, but I'm just so glad whenever I see, like, school buses and kids off to school. I'm just so glad that I'm done. School was mostly okay for me. It was a little tough, but it was, like, I was fine academically. I had a little bit of a hard time socially, but nothing crazy. I had friends. It was fine. But, I don't miss it at all. I know a lot of people will try and tell you that high school is, like, the best time of your life, and I think that's just, maybe for them. I'm so relieved every time I see people going to school being like, I have stuff to do today, but at least it's not that. Okay, so that one was a no-go, so we're gonna hearse out of there, log over to the next one. Kitty, my feet are cold. Flash-tastisk. Did I say that? You're awesome. I'm your new patron today. Thanks for the super chat and the patronage. I do want to say, while we're on the topic of patron, I am revamping the $5 tier. We used to do pet giveaways. I'm discontinuing those. There's a couple of reasons for it. I'll write up a post, but I am replacing them, and I'm going to announce the change as soon as I have an example of the replacement thing. And the replacement will also be offered to sponsors on YouTube, so people that are basically subbing in the stream will get the same thing. and that's going to be, I'll announce that in the next couple of days as soon as I get something together for you. But if I just want to throw out there, if anybody is sponsoring on Patreon for the pet giveaway, I'm not doing them anymore. So, I'm sorry. I wish I had a more diplomatic way to say that. I'm phasing it out and phasing something else in. It's just I want to make sure I have something to show you when I announce it, so I'm not just like ruining Christmas, you know. If you make video with gold commands. Gold commands. What do you mean gold commands? Far too loud. Have you at 2%? All right, let me turn it down then. How about like there? Thanks for the guides. Channel's growing so fast. I'm so pleased for you. Thank you. It's been going good. It's been going good. Wish you the best. How you doing? Glad I caught you live. Hey Chainsy, how have you been? I'm doing pretty good. I had a long couple of days. I've been working on, I really wanted to just finish the raid guides on time, and I was kind of running out of time, so I ended up cramming the last couple into like Saturday, Sunday, Monday, like the last couple of days. And I had last night was kind of like, when marathon working is you know, it's, you know, you're up a little late, but it's kind of fun. I kind of like having something to do that I care enough about to stay up really late for. So I was up until about 3:30 last night finishing off the Gahoon guide. I wasn't originally going to do the Gahoon guide this week because I didn't have like all of the footage of it, but I finished the Mithrax one. I was like, I had more footage of Gahoon than I had of Zol, you know. I can make this work. I want to finish them. I want to go into the raid on Wednesday from, oh man, I didn't move this character's hearth. I did all the other ones except for this one. But I want to go into the raid on Wednesday, tomorrow, knowing that I finished them, because then, you know, I, like, even if nobody watches the raid guides, and people are watching them, and I appreciate that a lot, but even if nobody ever watched them, making them made me learn the raid, and that's kind of worth it on its own. I get a lot of raid anxiety if I go into a raid without having done research. I hate not knowing what's going on, and, because I'll, like, if I haven't made or watched a lot of guides, then I am absolutely 100%, where am I going? I need to port to Stormwind. I am absolutely 100% dying horribly to something really embarrassing. So it's, having done those makes me feel more comfortable going into raid tomorrow. I'm so excited to raid with my guild again. It's gonna be so much fun. I've been real jealous of all of them hanging out together over the last couple of weeks, doing dungeons. Like, I did at least one round of dungeons, and it was a really good time, but I've been a little busy. Love your pet, guys. Thanks for this. Greetings from Germany. Thanks for stopping by the stream. Can you tell us about today's tea? All right. Today's tea is one of the cheapest black teas that you can get in Canada. It is bagged and often served in hospitality settings because it is very cheap. It tastes like my childhood, which is why I'm drinking it. It's like a really nostalgic, strong black tea. It's good if you have it with like a little milk and sugar. I have it with like a little milk and some sweetener. It's nice. And it's not like the best tea ever. I'm not going to pretend it's really high quality. It's really not. It's actually pretty bottom of the barrel. But, you know, sometimes we want what we want. Sometimes you just want to have Kraft dinner mac and cheese for dinner. Unrelated. Adjustment on the input, helping with the clicking and mouse sounds. Yeah, I just don't want it. I want to be. I just want to be good. Hopefully it's not bad anymore. It looks like it's. I don't know. I don't have a way to hear it while I'm doing it. I hear it after the fact. I'm like, how did I stream like that for 2 hours? But I don't know. I don't even have headphones on right now. Flashtastic. You can just say flashtastic. All right. I will try to remember that. But it is kind of fun to try. It's not like, I don't want you to think it's really hard to say. It's not. I'm just having a minute. Do you have the new care mount? You can solo farm it now. I do not have the new care mount. I did not know you could solo farm it. Can you? I guess it's a 5-man, so it would be more easily soloable. I'm gonna set her hearth over here at the Schnauz's Landing. I could see it being more easily soloable because it's only a 5 and not a raid. Interesting. I'll have to try that sometime. I recently found your channel. I love your old year and dungeon guides so much. Thanks, Vampire Bite. Appreciate that. Hazel, I have a really important question. When you play on your EU account, do you play on Storm Scale? Because if you do, I have battle pets that I don't need, so you can get them if you want. So my EU account has been on, I started out on Draenor, and then I was having problems with the auction house there. Like, it was really consistently laggy during peak hours, which were the only time I was really ever playing it. So I switched to Arathor. Battle Pets sharing is actually not realm locked, but I will say that that you should sell them for your own profit. I'm not really playing my EU account. I may even let my sub lapse for a little bit. I was mostly playing to do the pet giveaway, and now that I'm replacing that, I won't necessarily be on it too much. Sound normal to me. Please make my video. I'm a little confused about what it is that you're looking for. First timer, Jules in England. I've watched you on YouTube for ages. First time I've caught you live at Flashtastic Show. Welcome, Jules. I hope you have a good time. We won't necessarily do the longest stream today. If anybody's new, I'd like to introduce you to my fishy. I do a different pet cam now and then. Like, I have a couple of different pets. I've got one in my lap, and I like to put a webcam on them while I stream. This one is the default one because he's a fish in an aquarium, so he can't leave. He's kind of like hiding right now, actually. He's in the back right-hand corner. There he is. I just want to introduce you guys to my buddy. Doesn't he look cute? His name is Fleta, after the Overwatch League player, my favorite. He is a betta fish, and he's in a 5-gallon aquarium. He's got some plants. He's got a little snail over there you can see. He's kind of mad at a snail right now. That happens sometimes. He'll like flare at a snail. Like, sup snail, what are you doing? Who you think you are? And the snail's just like, I don't know, I'm a snail. So that's the fishy introduction. I wouldn't want people just like wondering like, what's that weird green box? That's Fleta's aquarium. I want to be able to put the fish cam on the other tank sometimes, but it's just so far I can't. It doesn't quite stretch. How are the corridors doing? Give us updates. So 5 of the 6 quarries are doing great. This isn't the way you want a story to start. 5 of the 6 quarries are doing great. They are putting on a lot of size. They look fantastic. They're behaving perfectly, like they're doing swell. And one of them is kind of struggling, and I'm a little worried about him. But it's really an emotional roller coaster with that one, because sometimes it looks really bad, and sometimes he looks like he's almost getting better. He's way smaller than the rest of them. Like, I think this problem's been going on for a bit because he hasn't put on size like the other ones. He has his barbels are smaller. They don't look completely gone, but they are smaller than the other fishes. They're on sand, so they're not wearing them down in gravel or anything, nothing like that. His color's been looking a lot better, but it was looking kind of like oddly dark, like he looked a little dirty almost. And then the most obvious problem is that every now and then he'll spend some time panting, and he has some swim bladder problems, like his butt keeps floating up. Not good. I've had that happen to a couple of fish in my short fish keeping career so far, and it's never been good. Swim bladder is usually a more significant problem, but he's been looking a little better. The thing that's been helping him most so far, I think, has been keeping the substrate really clean. I've been doing like every day, every other day, siphoning out the sand, and that's been helping. So I'm going to do that again today after this. Hopefully he pulls through. He's been eating, which is nice, and the rest of them look really, really good. Everybody else is doing fantastic, so I really hope he makes it, but if he doesn't, then that's just kind of life. I bought them really small, and they're kind of sensitive fish to begin with, so it's hard to tell if he had something already or if something happened to him in the tank. But hopefully he makes it. I started calling him Struggle Bus, but then I realized I probably shouldn't because the last fish that I called Struggle Bus didn't make it. Hello from Denmark, first time catching a stream. Welcome. How you doing? Keep up the great tea recommendations. I want to make it clear. I don't think I'm necessarily. Oh no. Oh dear. Can you? Thank you. I want to make it clear. I don't think I'm necessarily recommending this one. I mean, it's nice for what I'm doing right now, but I don't want anybody like going out and buying Red Rose and being like, Hazel told me this is the finest tea that Canada has to offer, because it's not. My wife and I took the morning off so we could watch together while doing the Warfront. Welcome, Arthur. I hope that you guys have an amazing morning. Should I? No, I was gonna say, should I do the Warfront on stream? No, I should not. From my experience on beta, those take a while, and I will fall asleep on you guys. I just wanted to do a couple mat runs and then go back to bed for a bit. Greetings from Hungary. I saw someone posted a comment on the WoW forums, and they said they thought there was too much content to begin with in BFA. They felt overwhelmed. Do you agree? You know, the funny thing is, I've seen that same comment, and I've also seen the opposite comment. I've seen people being like, there's too much to do, and I've seen the people being like, there's nothing to do. And I think that it's actually, for me personally, it's in a pretty good spot right now, because there is a lot to do, but I don't feel like I'm being super duper punished for not doing all of it. It feels like you can kind of, to some extent, pick and choose which ones you want to do, and you're not going to get super behind if you don't do all of it all the time. And I feel like that sentiment is somewhat reflected in at least my guilds and other players around me, because they've been like, they'll do a couple of mythic dungeons and they'll be like, hey, who wants to play Monster Hunter? So they're not like, they don't feel like they have to play nothing but WoW, but there is stuff to do if you want to play nothing but WoW. I think it's in a good spot. I will say, what was I gonna say? I lost it. Oh well. Ezra, thanks for the super chat. Appreciate that. Hi Hazel, love your vids. Have a question about the angler. Do I just do Legion fishing to unlock it? So I actually have a video guide walking you step by step through how to unlock the angler, but basically, yeah, you need to catch one of every rare Legion fish. That is made easier by using bait, and you can catch bait in the same zone, so you could just go fish in all of the Legion zones, and over time you'll get enough of them to do it. But I have a video guide that will give you some tips to make it a little faster. Essentially just finding bait. You can get arcane lures from Conjurer Margos, and those will help you fish up bait more quickly. And, you know, there's a couple of things you can do, but yeah, it's gotten from Legion fishing. So that was our 54th attempt on Reigns of the Drake of the Southwind. Apparently we've tried that 54 times, which is pretty close to par for how long we spent on Tempest Keep. Wasn't sure if I'd be up for if you'd be up for your stream because I kept getting updates in the middle of last night that you uploaded a new video. Yeah, that was me. I was up. I didn't sleep a whole lot, but I'm gonna go back to bed after this. This is gonna be fine. Also, this isn't exactly an announcement, but I'm taking tomorrow off. I just want to throw out there in the world that today I am doing the stream and I'm gonna prep a merch, like the merch launch announcement, because merch is coming out tomorrow. I'm launching the Squirrel Squad shirts and the 100k shirts tomorrow. So I'll prep the merch reveal video and maybe like some images or something. Make sure the store is all set up, make sure that's all ready to go. So I do that today. And then tomorrow, it's a Wednesday, and I'm taking the day off. I don't even know what I'm gonna do. What do people do on days off? I'm gonna like have a bubble bath. I'm gonna do my nails. I'm gonna take a nap. What else? I want to play WoW. I have I want to just play WoW. I'm not done with questing. It sounds dumb. I am not done with my questing achievements. I have 2 more fragments of the Stormsong Valley achievements. And then after that, you get to do like the Pride of Kulturas quest line. And then I also have, I've gotten the rep with 7th Legion to start the final part of the war campaign, but I haven't done that yet. So I want to like put on my headphones and turn on game sound and dialogue and just like finish all of that questing. I don't know what else. Maybe I'll watch a movie, but I'm taking Wednesday off. I'll be back at it on Thursday. But if you're emailing me or tweeting me or sending me carrier pigeons tomorrow, I'm pigeon windows closed. How do you keep track of how many attempts you've made? I have an add-on that does that. It's called Rarity, R-A-R-I-T-Y. And for raid bosses, and the nice thing is it can actually track most of them retroactively. So even, like, I didn't necessarily have, not all of them, but most of them, I didn't necessarily have Rarity for the entire time I've been farming these, but it's able to look into my statistics and dig up how many times I've tried and then tell me. I started and finished the entire chain for the artifact fishing pole yesterday. My clicking finger is killing me. Oh man, that's a grind. That's a grind. I definitely did not ever do it in one day. I did that grind twice because I had that time when I thought I was going to be a Void Elf, and it turns out I was wrong. Definitely didn't do it in one day. So, I want to be on Heroic. I want to be on 25. I am 100% going to forget that at some point. I featured an Asmongold stream yesterday. I know. I had a bunch of people tell me that, and then I wasn't, there was a couple other people actually that were watching the guides on stream. It was a very big day. I felt very famous. So I was going to call my mom, tell her I made it. It was cool. I have bad anxiety doing dungeons because of a bad experience when I was new to the game. Everyone was scolding me because I didn't know a lot. Do you have any tips to overcome this fear? So, I'll start by saying that I relate. I was kicked out of the first raid I ever did. I pugged Professor Putricide in Ice Crown Citadel as a holy priest, an undead holy priest. It was like, I was new to the game. I had just started playing fairly recently. I'd gotten enough gear to get in this pug, and I got in the pug and I was trying my best, and I was so inexperienced that I got kicked. And it wasn't even like a, oh, they're mean, they're just bullying me. It was like, I actually kind of deserved to get kicked, and it was mortifying. I was so upset. I think I cried a little bit. It was like, I was so nervous to get in, and then it was like the worst possible thing had happened. And they weren't mean about it, but they weren't nice about it either. So, I relate. As far as any tips, I would say just be prepared so that you know you have a leg to stand on in terms of being aware of what's going on. I find that I'm less anxious if I know that I know what I'm doing. Because the worst criticism I find, the stuff that, like, the worst criticism that stings the most is stuff that you already kind of believed. So if you know that you're up to date on it, that'll feel a little better, and then just, like, start small. I do content that I'm over-geared for, and to get really familiar with it, and then I step up to the next level when I feel ready. So even if I was over-geared for normals, I would do normals first, and then move into heroics. Like, just take baby steps, don't rush it. Don't feel like you gotta be anywhere on any kind of schedule, and then just, sometimes people are mean. I don't know. I don't have advice. Was that advice? I tried. It sucks though, that's a real, I've been there. You deserve a relaxation day cuddle with your kitty. I'm cuddling with my kitty right now. That was the funny thing, was I was thinking over the last couple days, because I'd planned taking a day off for a while. And I was like, well, what am I gonna do? You know, what would I do if I could do anything? And the things that I were thinking of were things that I kind of do anyways. It's like, you know, I want to take a bubble bath, which I do on weekends typically. And it's like, I want to cuddle with my cat. It's like, my cat cuddles me every day. I want to play WoW. I do that every day. I just want to do everything that I do every day. How long are the shirts going to be available? So the Squirrel Squad shirts are going to be around for a while. No plans to take them down. I won't say forever, but until I get sick of them and make new ones. So probably minimum a couple months, most likely a year or more. The 100K shirts are limited run, so those will be available for 2 weeks, and then they will not be available ever again, because I only have rights to sell them for 2 weeks. We're doing 2 weeks, and then we're done. So, and those ones were to celebrate 100K in the channel. That was a little bit ago anyways. It's a little bit more of a cute art style on those ones, so those will be available for 2 weeks, and then they'll be I think that's coming through. That might also be something that's causing a little bit of sound interference on my mic, is when there's background sound, it makes you more likely to peak and have audio distortion when you're just speaking. That was attempt 55. Hopefully they're done with the under the window portion soon. Hopefully I'll get to 90 today. Days off are supposed to be spent in your pajamas playing WoW with takeaway pizza. That was my launch night. Like, I streamed a little bit on the launch afternoon, but then after I stopped the stream, I was like, I'm ordering pizza and I'm putting on my pajamas and I'm playing a bunch of WoW. It was so fun. I saw a video in Wrath of Lich King's in chat. He takes, it might be too early. I just don't understand. Yay, merch. Today is my son's first day of school for kindergarten. Feels so strange for not having a kid in the home. It's a milestone. You have some time. There's so many things you could do or not do. It's really up to you. How many you got? How many what do I got? How many what? I got a lot of stuff. I have 3 teapots. I made heavy use of 2 of them last night. I was like double wielding 2 teapots at my desk. I have 1 cat. I have 14 fish. What else do I have? I have 2 siblings. I have 2 couches, but the one behind me is actually very uncomfortable. I don't recommend sitting on it for very long. Where am I going? I don't know. A lot of alts. I have like 11 characters to run. Good luck in the map. Thanks, Maru. I'm so excited to raid tomorrow. Our raid nights are, that's the other thing that's happening tomorrow at the end of the day, is our guild raid night. Our raid nights are Wednesday, Thursday nights. We don't raid on Tuesdays because it's for a schedule, and also it tends to work out because sometimes things go wrong on Tuesdays. Like whenever there's a bug, it's usually on a Tuesday, and then they've usually patched it on Wednesdays. So we've saved a lot of raid time by just not raiding on Tuesdays when there tends to be downtime. And I'm looking forward to actually doing the fights with my guild. I had fun with Pugs in the PTR, but I'm looking forward to doing it all with my guild. Where's the Warfront? Is the Warfront just donating? So, I haven't done any of the Warfront stuff yet. I have absolutely no idea. Yeah, I don't know. Like, I did Warfronts on beta, but that was just the instance. It was not, the ramp up to it. I know there is some outdoor content in Arathi Highlands. I don't know if that unlocks now or after the first Warfront opens. There will be some donating to open the Warfront, so that'll be a thing. I am a little bit skeptical of how Warfronts are going to play out just based on the reaction so far to island expeditions. I think that they may be a little bit too much of a time investment, and the fact that for them to be really fun, you kind of need coordination on a big scale, and they're just not designed or tuned for that. Nobody's going into Warfronts with a full group of people. It's sort of an LFR style pug, and because it's, it's a PvE thing, you can't really lose. You've got, like, I foresee it being potentially less fun than the Grand Division, but we'll see. We'll see. I don't know. I'm actually not familiar with what rewards they're offering. Like, I know there's a lot of pets to be had from the outdoor content in Arathi Highlands. I don't know what you actually get from Warfronts. Obviously, there's got to be something, otherwise nobody's going to do them. But I don't know what you get. Busy now, can't stay. Wish you luck in the Met runs. Checking if you might marry me. Still taken. Still taken. Have a good day. Oh, bye, cat. Okay, so my cat got up, so that means that after I finish this boss fight, which I really appreciate, seems to be going fairly well, even though my 110s, it doesn't look like I have to pay too much attention, which is good, because, some days we don't have much of that. I really wish you could loot it from any of them, though. Like, this is weird. And the fact that it loots from this one. If I go the other way, will I be able to loot it? Like, if I go right instead of left, will I be able to just loot it and then jump to the last one? Also, I'm going to find my slippers. My feet are cold. Alright. Okay, I got my water bottle, I got my slippers, I got my headphones. Alright, we got sound going on? Did I turn anything on? What's the music like in here? I haven't heard Cataclysm music in a long time. Yeah, okay. I remember the Cataclysm soundtrack being good. I remember it being very jarring. Like, I remember there being a lot of moments. I think specifically the launch screen music, the shattering. It was, I mean, I understand that the Cataclysm was supposed to be a very traumatizing event, but the launch music was, it was a good piece of music, but it was really, it was very, unnerving, and because launch screen music just kind of like plays endlessly if you log out, I remember that being a thing. Okay, so that achievement was just because that was the first time I've apparently killed that boss in this character. Nothing, that wasn't the mount or anything. No mount. I did get 4 Mistral Drapes though. Just in case 3 wasn't enough, we got 4. This is a raid or a dungeon. I've actually never done this one. This is a raid. This was one of like those sort of mini raids that they put out kind of, actually not between tiers. This one actually came out in the first tier of Cataclysm had 2 smaller raids. You had Blackrock Descent and then you had this one. And there's only 2 bosses in it. Like, the thing that you're seeing me do is the whole fight. You've got that first boss with those 3 windy dudes, and then you have the second boss, which is the windy dude in the middle. That's the whole raid. But they had kind of experimented with 2, like 1 tier that consists of 2 raids as the first tier. Were you meant to be able to fly when this first came out? Yes. Yeah. Flying was enabled in Cataclysm in the world from the start. That was kind of part of the big selling features. That was one of the big selling features of Cataclysm, was the fact that you could fly in the overworld. And then inside of the raid, that flying mechanic is part of the encounter. Like it'll fly you between platforms, and then after you kill it, you can just fly. It's part of the fight. I'm jealous. It's so cool that your feet are cold. I'm so hot here. I've got 2 fans on. It's just too hot. It'll get there, but actually it might not anymore. It's September. It's starting to cool down. Appreciate that. Labor Day messed me up. Missed half the stream. Hi Hazel. Hey Lips. How you doing? No reset. Yeah, no reset. No lockout sharing. No trash skipping. You put it on Heroic 25 if you want a chance at the mount. I'm pretty sure. I'm not 100% sure, but it's better to say it's story. Put it on Heroic 25. And then you just run in and kill it. So I'll show you guys, for anybody that wants to farm this raid that hasn't seen it before, I'll show you the wind thing that you jump in to get to the second one, because that messed me up for a while trying to find it at first. It can drop from any difficulty? Okay. I'm hit 120, I'm lost at what to do next. So there's a lot. That was actually one of the videos I was planning on doing that I didn't have time for, that I might go back and do, but it might be too late. But yeah, there's a lot. Man. I would start with unlocking world quests if you haven't done that yet. So if you don't have world quests unlocked, then you want to try and... am I not using the right weapon type? Why can't I use half my things? It requires one-handed melee weapon. Oh dear, I've made mistakes in my life. Oh, I'm wearing a Lich King weapon. What's happening? Running off the edge of the platform will jump you to the next one, so that's something. When you want to move to the next platform, you just run off the edge. Wow, this is harder. This is harder when you're trying to hit him with a Lich King weapon. When did I put that on? Oh dear. Bastion Twilight. Right, yeah. That's right. I forgot about that. Wait, so what order did they come out in then? I'm confused. Did they release 3 raids? Or were those different tiers? Because you're right, that was like the first thing at Cataclysm. Was this a second tier? Did they go Bastion Twilight and then Blackrock Descent in this one? I don't remember. Jump off the edge, that flips you to the next platform. I played Cat, I promise. You skipped over all of your messages telling you were on normal? Oh, like back then or today? Because I'm on Heroic now. One of my customers gave his red tiger Oscar back because he was too big for his tank, so my boss brought him, and he asked me to take him to my freshly set up 105-gallon tank. Are you gonna do it? Are you gonna adopt him? I've been watching Oscar videos because I was thinking if I was ever gonna have an exhaust fish, it would have to be a... Which one of you is still up? Oh no. If you're too slow, you have to kill them again. They're on a timer. They'll res themselves, basically. Are you gonna do it? Did you have other plans for your tank? I hope it's gonna be hot here today. Or nope, it's gonna be hot. Hi from London, first time catching the stream live. Welcome to the stream. I hope you're about to have a fantastic day. Or actually, you're probably already having a fantastic day. What time is it in London? EU is like 8 hours ahead of me, right? Ish, approximately, somewhat. So it would be like 5 in the afternoon or so. My cat is snoring again. If you ever have free time for things you think it's too late for, that is true. Everybody's on a different schedule. I am myself on a different schedule. I'll definitely look into it. TSM guides will be before that though. Well, I'm gonna start mixing in. Oh no, I'm having a minute. I'm gonna start mixing in a couple of, like, we've done so many guides that I want to try and mix in a couple of videos that aren't guides over the next week or so. Oh dear, man, I'm gonna be doing this fight for a long time. So when you fall off, it does fire you back up, but it appears to be doing, like, it's not really popping me back on the platform. It's kind of just I'm kind of going on a wild ride. Oh, are we gonna land? All right, here we go. Which way should we go? Should we go this way? Is it gonna wipe me if I mess this up this badly? Ellis, thanks for the becoming a member. Welcome to the Squirrel Squad. I appreciate the support. I hope you're having a great day. I want to get into editing videos like your boss and pet battle guides. Do you have any videos giving advice or tutorials or tips on how to get started? So I have not actually made any editing tutorials yet. I do want to do that eventually. But I haven't done it yet, and I'm probably not going to do it for a bit. I would say... well, the problem is that there's a lot more out there now than there was when I got started, or maybe I just was just looking in the wrong places. But the way I learned how to do it is probably not the best way to do it anymore. There's probably great tutorials on YouTube that will teach you how to do things. I would say just learn one thing at a time. Like, start your video and then be like, well, I want to put this picture in picture. I want to take this tooltip and I want to put it over my video, and then you figure out how to do that in your software. And then, you know, you move on to the next thing that you want. Like, once you've figured out that and you're comfortable with it and you know how to do it efficiently, then you figure out the next thing. What am I doing? Where's the next guy? Is he over here? I'm just lost. Oh boy. Oh yeah, he's hiding. He's around the corner. He's shy. He doesn't want me to hit him with my Wrath of the Lich King sword. I think this is the second time I've managed to pop my cooldown. Alright, are we? No, we're not good. We're not good. Which way am I going? That one? Wait. I need more tea. These bosses also drop pets, by the way. Both of them have pets that they can drop. There's the Drafty. There's Drafty, and there's also the son of something. He's the prince, the windy prince, the breezy prince of windy breeze. Am I doomed? Am I too slow? Like, what? Like, let's Wraith Walk again. And if I wipe on Throne of the Four Winds, I am going back to bed. This is an absolute disgrace. Alright. The only buttons I can press are Death Strike and... Okay, there we go. The only buttons I had were Death Strike and Howling Blast because I'm wearing a two-hander from the Lich King. I have one-handers. Can we put those on? There we go. That'll help. Alright, so once you beat the first boss, which is much faster than that, you just hop to the 3 platforms, kill the dudes. I promise it won't take you that long. You want to click on this windy column thing. There should be one on actually all of the different platforms. It looks easier to find than it used to be, but click on that, right-click on that, and that'll fire to the third boss. Destiny 2 X-Pack out in 20 minutes, exciting times. I am surprised that I haven't heard about that yet. A bunch of my guildies do play Destiny 2. Maybe they're just like too into Monster Hunter World right now. I'm surprised I didn't know about that. My friends want to farm all the raids today. We've already done all the classics. Much love from Australia. Do you watch Rachel O'Leary's Fish Room channel? Yeah. She's one of my favorites because she actually pays attention to the smaller fish. A lot of the channels will neglect like community fish, and she really goes through them, and I appreciate that. I like her videos a lot. They're currently bugged. Try hitting directly in the middle. My boyfriend and I love watching you and actually bonded over watching you together. That's a new one. I never heard that before. That's cool. Shout out to you guys. Hope you guys have... Wow, that's strange. I never imagined myself being like a date activity. Okay, so no dice on that. I'm gonna not give up. We're gonna try again the next character. Gonna have a little more tea. What map are you going for? We're looking for the Drake of the South Wind. We're looking for the Drake of the South Wind. Start with a star wipe and then progress to 2 star wipes. I feel like that means something greater than what I'm thinking of it. Like, am I trying to... I'm not quite all here today. I'm sorry. Can't you swap weapons in combat? No, I don't think so. I thought you could. Like, I feel like in some situations you were able to. Like, I remember in the past a few times that I've been able to swap. Like, if I started combat in my fishing rod, I was able to switch to my artifact. But I could have sworn that I tried. Maybe I didn't try hard enough. It's entirely possible. But I don't think so. What's the name of the add-on that shows the green arrow on your items? That is Pawn. It's, yeah, the green arrow that's pointing upwards, that's Pawn, and that's showing me which things are upgrades for me, which is a good hint that I should probably put on my weapon. All these characters are missing their weapons because of, because I ran them through, Tempest Keep, so I was putting on the Kael'thas weapons, that's why. Yeah, that's Pawn. The blue check mark, wait, check marks and arrows aren't the same thing, is, can I mug it? Looks like Pawn. Yeah, the blue Proto-Drake, I do. I do have the blue prototype. Is that a Murloc cup? Yeah! This is the Murloc mug from the Blizzard Gear Store. I have the blue and the green ones. They're great mugs. They hold a lot of tea. And I like them even better with a straw because I'm not quite coordinated enough to pour it accurately into my mouth when I'm just like trying to drink it normally. So we got like some stainless steel straw action going along with that. Oh man. So when I'm doing like my dental routine, like I'll brush my teeth and floss and whatever, I use mouthwash, and we don't really have like, I remember my grandparents used to have like disposable cups or whatever, and we don't really have that. So we just like my husband and I will just like use bits of mouthwash directly from the bottle. I don't know if that's gross or not, but last night, normally it's fine. Like normally you just have to like kind of be, you know, a normal coordinated adult and just take a little bit and you're fine. But last night it was like 3:30 and I was trying to get my teeth cleaned. It was the last thing that I needed to do before I could go to bed, and I just poured mouthwash all over my face. And my first thought is like, oh no, that cannot be good for my skin. I re-moisturized the bottom half of my face because I just didn't want anything that was going on with that. But I was so close to just being good to go. I like your raid guides. I find them interesting, geared towards a layperson. Other guides put me to sleep. I appreciate you guys watching them so much. And I also want to throw out there, and not that your comment wasn't doing this necessarily. Your comment wasn't doing this, but I want to throw out there that in general, please don't ever, or what's a good way to say this? It makes me uncomfortable when people give me a compliment that puts down another content creator in the same sentence, you know? Like, it's been happening a little bit with the boss guides, but it's happened in other areas too with, like, different people. Please don't ever, like, trash somebody in the process of trying to say something nice about me. Like, all of the content creators in the WoW community are people that I have so much respect for them and what they do and how they do it. I think that everybody has a lot of value in a different way, and it's like, just please don't be mean to other people while you're trying to say, like, it's just, I don't know. It's man, I had that speech all set up in my brain before I started the stream, and it didn't come out the way I wanted it to, but just be nice and respectful of everybody online, you know? We're all doing our best out here, and I have nothing but respect for everybody else that is also doing their best out here. So, that's all I was trying to say. You should still be able to switch weapons in combat. I was probably just trying to do it wrong. I was probably just completely messing that up. Yeah. You know, it was a beautiful story of overcoming difficulty. Make love, not Warcraft. Is that a metal straw? Yeah, these are stainless steel straws. The original purpose of these was to help get tea past my teeth so that they're not weakening my teeth as much. I have a very problematic mouth. Dentistry wise, like, I'm very prone to having problems, so that was one of the measures that I took to help it. But it's also just kind of like easier for me, and it helps me not spill as much, actually. Like, when I'm not tipping my mug all the time, I'm not spilling it as often. I'm not very coordinated, generally speaking. Alright, so no dice on the mount. I did get another pet, though. I've gotten a couple of those. The price on those on Lightbringer is probably going to be kind of gross for a while. Back when I was running the Lich King 11 times a week, I was getting a whole bunch of the Wicked Souls, and the price went from like 500 gold each down to like 50 gold each, because every Tuesday I would just unload like 4 of them. When are you gonna re-dye your hair and what color? So I'm gonna re-dye my hair as, like, I have all the dye, I have everything at home ready to go, and like my roots are long enough that it's about time. I'm gonna do it as soon as I have it in me. Like on a weekend, because I need my husband's help with it. As soon as I have a weekend day that doesn't have other stuff going on, that I feel like I have it in me, because it's a long day when I do that. And it's gonna be pink. It's gonna be like a pinky purple again. I'm gonna go for an orange or pink. Like, I want to go for, and I wish I hadn't just logged in or I would have shown you. You know the pink that I have on my gnome? It's like, it's not the bubblegum pink. It's like the slightly redder one. I want to kind of aim for like my gnome pink. That's what I want to go for. So I'm planning on mixing pink dye with orange dye. You know, mixing it good to get one color, not pink and orange hair. Although that might be kind of cool. But no. And see what that turns into. So what am I trying to wear here? Which one of these? Not 1 or 2. There we go. I have, am I Ellie right now? Yeah, I'm Ellie. Fist weapons? Can I be Ellie with 2 fist weapons? Is that a thing? No. But Raden was a fist weapon. I'll just wear that, whatever. Nice seeing some streamers yesterday. Watch your guides in All Deer. That was cool. Treat others as you would want to be treated. Exactly. With a caveat that if you don't, you know, just it's not that hard to be respectful of everybody, and I think that everybody deserves respect. If I already have a Pandaren water spirit, what is the next best Pandaren spirit to get? I'd say fire, I think, is the other one that I use. Honestly, I don't really use any of them anymore. The Pandaren water spirit got a nerf when they switched its moves around to invalidate the Howl Bomb combo. And ever since then, I haven't really used any of them in guides. Like, the fire one was nice because it's just like a good all-around fire pet if you don't have like a Fell Flame or something. Like, let's see, Pandaren fire spirit. You've got like you've got Conflagrate, and then you can set that up with Immolate or with Flamethrower. And it's got decent stats. Like, that's just a good all-around burny fire pet if you need one of those. And outside of that, I don't think I really used them much. Thanks for your older videos. They're the best. Thanks, Martin. Appreciate that. I don't know if you use Arctic Fox, but if you message them, they will actually help you get the color you want. Really? I do use Arctic Fox. What do you mean? Like, should I, like, email them a picture of my gnome and be like, what do I need to mix to get this? Because I will abuse the heck out of that contact. I'm gonna be messaging them like every other month, like, guys, how do I do this? And they're just gonna be like, you find a salon and you go to them and you tell them what you want. Right, Heroic 25. There we go. Peachy pink is the gnome pink. That's what I call it. Yeah, like a sunsetty, peachy, ready pink. Can you make another video that you dye your hair? The pink color is going to be amazing. Maybe, I don't know. I was so self-conscious about the last one because I have to shower like 5 times while I'm dyeing my hair because I'm awful at it. And after the first one, my makeup's completely gone, and having no makeup and like wet hair is not a good look for anybody. I don't know, man. You're a bit tall to be copying your gnome. I am just trying to look like how I feel on the inside. You might have talked about this already, but how do you feel about Asmongold reacting or watching your guides? It's totally fine. It's all good. Appreciate the shout out. I was actually very impressed with how nice his stream was about it. Considering the size of the stream and like the way Twitch chat normally is. Like, I remember when the Pilov thing came out and it was kind of like roasting my Jaina reaction. He watched that on his stream, and his chat was much less friendly to me about that, and I think it's funny how polarizing they can be depending on the style of content that's presented to them. But yeah, all good, all good. Have you ever tasted... Oh, you may have talked about this already. Oh no, I read that one already. What am I doing? When will we have another Hazel dancing outro guide? I don't know, one day. Eventually. Oh man, so I originally had one that wasn't even in the Murloc one. Like, there was a 1.0 version of that where I was in a penguin onesie doing the dance. And after I got the Murloc one from Timmy in a mail time, people were asking for like ages to have it redone, and then I finally redid it. And now I gotta redo it again. I'll do it at some point. I just don't know when. It's not a priority. Female dwarf. I saw a list actually online of like the race, class, gender combinations, all of them listed out in order of how much people play them. And like the most played thing was a female... Can I not take that while I'm in a dog farm? What's up? The most played thing was female night elf druid, which I have. And the least played thing was female dwarf monk, which I also have. My brewmaster monk is a lady dwarf. And I'm like, how does not everybody have that? They're the coolest thing ever. It makes so much sense. She's like, she's a mountain sage. Like, how cool is that? Why is why aren't everybody female dwarf monks? You know, what's wrong with the universe? Ruby Droplet is useful still. It's kind of a Pandaren spirit. That's true. I was thinking of like the elemental ones, like the air, earth, water, fire. That's true. You probably could. They're super nice. I like it. I feel like a gnome also. I lead my raid and found your guides for Oldir. Insta-subscribed. I work a day job and like to watch streams during the day. If you stream often, I'm definitely tuning in. Best guide ever. Thanks, Jeffrey. I stream twice a week, so not as much as some people, but more than I used to. So I stream Tuesday mornings, we do mat runs around this time, and then on Friday afternoon Pacific time, we usually do like a more of a variety stream. Fully heroic gear to my Magcar now was 50 last stream. What? Fully heroic, dang. Did you boost it? No, you would have leveled it if you were 50. That's a marathon. That's a marathon. Like, are you okay? Do you need assistance? I want to see the list now. It was on the WoW subreddit. It was on the WoW subreddit a day or two ago. Maybe it was last night. All the platforms had the portal to the middle. I could have sworn that it used to be just one of them, but maybe I was just dumb and couldn't find it. Alright, so that was attempt number 59. So we'll log the next one and try number 60. This actually, I think, is going to be faster. Obviously, I wasted a bit of time fluffing around in my Death Knight earlier. I think this is going to be faster than the... Well, certainly than the Lich King ones, but then the Tempest Keep ones too. Is the lucky mount drop guy in chat? He's like 100% on your mount drops. I don't know. Mountain Sage? Yeah! That's how I imagine it. She lives on a mountain. You know? She probably has like a little garden. I tend to make most of my characters a female dwarf or female Pindarin. I really like the female dwarf models. I'm surprised that there aren't more of them. Maybe now there will be more people that are playing like female Dark Iron dwarves, because female Dark Iron dwarves get some hairstyles. They look really cool. As a first-time raider, your guides have been super helpful in making me more confident knowing the fights. Thanks, Hazel. That means so much to me, because that's the reason I wanted to make them, was because I remember... I mean, who doesn't? It wasn't that long ago. I'm talking about this like it was ages ago. It wasn't that long ago. My first ever raid was in Cataclysm. Like, aside from the ICC that I got kicked out of, my first ever raid in an actual guild, like an actual group, was Cataclysm, and it was Firelands. I came in late. I had applied to the guild. I'd gotten a trial for the raid team, and I was coming along with them to their Fireland. It was the first time ever doing a raid in a group of organized people, like without just pugging in. Honestly, I hadn't pugged much because I was terrified after having been booted out of my first one in ICC. So I remember watching the Fat Boss guide for that like 5 times over, clinging to it for dear life, trying to figure out exactly what I needed to do and memorize it so that I wouldn't embarrass myself with this new group of people. And I wanted to make videos to help people the same way that those videos helped me. Because I didn't get kicked out of that guild, actually. I got the spot in the guild. I raided as a holy priest with them through all of the rest of Firelands and all of Dragon's Soul. I think it was just a normal guild. I don't actually remember if we were heroic or not. I think it was just normal. I'm on normal, actually. Speaking of, I'm zoning out and switching up the difficulty. You guys should be proud of me. I remembered. But yeah, I think it was just a normal guild, but I raided with them for Dragon's Soul. I think the guild broke up around the end of Cataclysm, or I don't remember what happened, actually. I didn't play with them in MoP. In MoP, I switched servers and went to Horde and started playing with other people, but... raid difficulty. Heroic. You really gotta press it twice sometimes. I don't know if you remember, but I'm Ressa Marina from Twitch. I used to live for your Resto Druid arenas. Oh man, that's been a minute. That's been a while. That's been a while. I'm glad that you found the YouTube stream. Sometimes I want to bring the arena streams back, or like the arena content back. I just don't know when. I just don't have the time in my life to PvP, but I would like to. It looks kind of fun right now. I've been seeing people streaming it that look like they're having a good time. Will you do any Darkmoon Fair content? I'm enjoying getting those sweet tickets. I should. I'm probably not going to. I keep telling myself that I'm totally farming up the tickets for Darkmoon Dirigible. You know, that's happening any day now. But I was farming them on my Void Elf, and now I'm playing a Gnome again, and I don't know. The best thing that I've been doing is every time I'm on the island, I try and remember to do the Pet Tamers, because those give a fair amount of tickets. But I am so burnt out on the Darkmoon Fair that I do not want to do, like, the regular dailies for 1 ticket each. I don't have time in my life to throw rings on a turtle for 1 Darkmoon ticket or do the cannon thing. It's not happening. I'll do the profession dailies and I'll do the pet daily. And maybe, like, the discovering your strength or whatever, where you get, like, the tokens, the grizzly trophies or whatever. That's all I got. I've already done my insane grind. I got all my rep. I don't want to do it anymore. Hazel made it to the clouds. You're on normal again. She noticed, OMG. I think that might be the first time ever. I think that might be the first time ever that I actually noticed after entering a raid and before killing any bosses. Firelands is where I met my husband. I think it's my favorite raid because of that nostalgia, and also because it was a great raid. It was such a cool raid. I liked the layout of it. Like, obviously the aesthetic of it was very the same thing, but that's kind of what a lot of raids were like. I thought the bosses were so cool. Ragnaros was a real mean boy. We, like many people, got super stuck on Ragnaros for a long time. Like, I came into Major Demo Staghelm, so I came in, like, pretty close to that. But I came into the beginning of Staghelm progression, and I think it took us, like, a week or two to get past him. And then, we were stuck on Ragnaros for so long. We got him eventually, but it felt like such a crazy accomplishment when we finally downed him and when everything finally came together. Those are the best raiding moments, when you can, like, feel, like, the energy coursing through you and connecting with all of your fellow raid mates, and everything's falling into place and everybody's doing their jobs, and you know that you've got, you know, you've got your friends' backs and they've got yours, and it's all happening. It's just the best feeling. It takes a while to get there, but it's the best. Hazel, I'm late. Did I miss anything? No. We've just been chatting and hanging out, doing some Throne of the Four Winds. Apparently, I'm not wearing a weapon in this character either. I was wondering why I wasn't doing any damage. A variety of my alts are kind of missing weapons because of I was putting on the Kael'thas stuff. So, no luck there. It's alright. I need to, tweak my auto vendor to help me sell this stuff. So, what do we got? We got like a 210 staff. That would have helped. That would have helped to put on. At least we did it on heroic, you know. One thing at a time. Good morning, Hazel. Have you unlocked Dark Iron Dwarves yet? No, I want to do that. Actually, I want to do that tomorrow. Should I make a Dark Iron Dwarf alt? I'm never going to play it. I'm never going to have time to play it, but I want to make one. So I haven't finished my war campaign yet. Actually, no, I can't do it tomorrow because I'm not going to have the rep yet. I just hit Revered. What am I saying? I can finish the war campaign tomorrow. I can't finish the, I can finish the war campaign, but I can't unlock Dark Iron Dwarves. But, like, when I unlock them, I want to make an alt. I want to have an alt of all the allied races on Alliance side, because I have my Lightforged Paladin, and I obviously have my Void Elf Shadow Priest. I have the character slots. What would I make a Dark Iron Dwarf of? What if I remade, because I haven't played my Night Elf Warrior in a while, and her name isn't even Hazel. What if I remade, good to know, thanks DSM. What if I remade my, hang on, am I wearing weapons? I am wearing weapons. Good start. My warrior, like a Dark Iron Dwarf, a female Dark Iron Dwarf prot warrior tank. How cool is that? Hazel, why did you decide to go back to the gnome instead of the Void Elf? I looked inside myself and I saw a gnome on the inside. Is this the start of a new era of Hazel noticing things? No. I wouldn't get your hopes up. I love having some kind of class fantasy when I create a character. My hunter is a tracker scout specialist. I love that. I love having, like, even if not a story, at least like an aesthetic, you know, something put together that makes me feel like I like them. Like I have to really feel the race class combination for an alt, because I know I'm not gonna play it. I'm just gonna run raids on it. But you can still feel cool running raids. I like my little gnome rogue. I hate that they're all wearing helmets. I need to transmog them. Oh, is it still free transmog week? Can I just do that for free? That's a good idea. Let's fix their transmogs. I have them like set up. So. She's a stylist. Yeah, that's her set. That's her set. She uses, like, real razor blades, like real basic daggers with the bandit stuff, no shoulders, and eye patch. That was her set. What is this? Nothing. Okay. Raid difficulty. Heroic. It's already on heroic, but I gotta click it twice. It's so frustrating. What should I make my Magheart Orc? I already have every class for Horde. I like enhancement shamans and survival hunters. I like melee male for Magheart Orc specifically. I like to listen to your streams while healing mythic dungeons. It calms my anxiety. I wish you the best of luck with loot. She's downing bosses with her bare hands, apparently. I've been using your DBM voice pack recently, and I love it. Danger, danger, danger. I thought about plugging my DBM voice pack at the end of the boss guides, and then I was like, no. I don't know if I want people. I don't know if I want the general population of the world to know. Like, I'm not ashamed of my voice pack, but I also think that it's really best for people that already want it. If you didn't already want it, you're not gonna like it. Oh gosh. It's super small. Make the ult to get the mount. An ult. It's super small, which makes it kind of cute. What mount are you farming for now? We're looking for the Drake of the South Wind from the Throne of the Four Winds. We're like 50 or 60, 60-ish attempts in. So we're about midway. It's another 1 in 100 drop chance, but this is a nice easy one to farm at least. It's not the most exciting mount in the world. I will probably never ride it if I get it, but I'm actually not that far from the Frost Shard Infernal. Like, you need 350 collected mounts for that, and I think I'm like 10 off or so, and once I start getting the rep mounts, I'm gonna be pretty close, so getting extras like this really helps get me right up there. Dark Iron Dwarf Paladins get a sweet Black Iron Ram mount. I can't make it a Paladin. My Lightforged Draenei is already a Paladin, and I really like her as a Paladin. Oh, I don't have a Wound Poison on. Yeah, I'll throw Deadly Poison on real quick. There we go. Yeah, I can't do a Paladin, so. Ugh, there's a noise and it scared me. My cat just has a piece of crumpled up paper. My cat plays fetch, by the way. I one day want to make a YouTube video about that. I don't know when, but I would love to boot up my second channel with like pet videos about my fish and my cat and stuff. Not even pet videos, just like anything. Like any video that's not gaming or tech related, I could just stick over there so I could just do weird random stuff. But I have to show people my cat playing fetch. It's the cutest thing ever. Kitty, do you want me to throw that for you? Sometimes I'll wake up and she's taken the crumpled paper, because she only does that with crumpled paper, like not cat toys. It has to be a piece of crumpled up paper. And she'll have taken it and brought it onto the bed for me to throw, and then like pushed it under my hand, and I'm asleep, so I don't wake up. It's hard to wake me up when I'm asleep. And then she'll fall asleep next to it, waiting for me to throw it. I'll just wake up with a piece of paper shoved under my hand or under my pillow, or like under my chin, and the cat is just like at like 4 inches away, just like flopped out, passed out, like she fell asleep waiting. It's the cutest thing ever. I feel so bad. Play a Maghar Priest? Can you be Maghar Priests? Like, I'm not planning on making any Horde alts right now, but can you be a Maghar Priest? Is that a thing? Ripsy looks like John J. Keishan's Crazy Ex. What is a voice pack? So if you use DBM, voice packs basically replace a lot of the warning sounds with sound lines recorded by whoever made the voice pack, in this case, me. What's a DBM voice pack you wish were a thing? I think a Severus Snape voice pack would be amazing. Oh man, like if I could have any voice. Who could I just listen to all day? I'm trying to think of the name. Oh, David Attenborough. The guy that voices Planet Earth and like the other BBC nature documentaries. I want a David Attenborough DBM voice pack. How much do we have to fundraise to make that happen? Is he still alive? He has to be. Like, those came out pretty recently. Can you imagine? It would never happen. Also, he would be so bored making it. Like, there's... Wait, did I kill it? Did I kill the last boss? Oh, I must have. Huh. Did I loot this? What's going on? Have I looted this yet? I have not looted it yet. There we go. Now I've looted it. I did not get them out. Okay. Took me a minute. Can I just hearth from the sky? I can. Oh, that's nice. I was like getting myself down to the platform, but I can just hearth from the sky. Lightbringer has 37 Horde to 357k Alliance. Sucks for war mode. Yeah, it's definitely an Alliance heavy server. It's never bothered me because I don't play on war mode, and the auction houses are linked, so you don't get a lot of so there's no real downside as a purely PvE player to playing on an Alliance favorite server. I will say that Horde fish, like the fish from the Horde zones, tend to sell for more, which is funny because as Alliance you can totally go there and fish there, but on Lightbringer, you can usually get way more for slimy mackerel and red-tailed loaches, and maybe that's always true, but I've noticed that for sure. Okay, two more to go. My cat also plays fetch. It's so cute. Terry Crews. Oh, that's a good one. I made a YouTube video about my cat playing fetch. His name is Titus. You can look it up. Instead of run away, it'll be her voice. Exactly. Cats that play fetch are the best. My sweet Cilia, may she rest in peace, love playing fetch with orange juice carton plugs. It's so funny the kind of things that cats decide to play with, too. She loves specifically crumpled up paper. And elastic bands, although I don't let her play with rubber bands too much because I'm afraid it's gonna get, like, caught around her paw and then around something. I don't want her to, like, break her finger or, like, break a nail or anything. So, but I let her play with the crumpled up paper. She's just staring at it. New to the game and just got to 120. I want to start collecting mounts. Where should I start? So there's a ton of different mounts to get from those things. I would say check out simplearmory.com. It's a third-party website. You can look up your character and it'll show you what you're missing. So you can kind of look through what you're missing and see if you like the looks of anything. Or in the mount collection, in the collection tab, there is a checkbox in the mount section that says show planner, and that will actually give you a route. It'll tell you go here, go here, go here, kill this, kill this, kill this, do this one on this difficulty, and it'll tell you what mounts you're trying for. And that is the best thing, I think, for coming up with. Alright, so we're gonna go Huruk, figuring out where to start farming. I'm gonna put on a weapon. Do I have any? Oh dear. Alright, well, this is a bummer. How did that happen? Do I have any artifacts that how did this happen? How did this happen to me? Well, at least one character is gonna really need to do that first quest of BFA where you get that 180 weapon. Oh no. Dark Iron Fire Mage! Oh, that's a good one! Use her as a second bank if you need it. My dream is to get the 5 million gold to buy the Brutosaur mount and then never use a bank alt again. I don't actually use a bank alt for storing stuff in my bank. Like, she'll have like 5 or 6 things in her bank that are basically things that I am going to post in the auctionist, but just like once I've sold some of the earlier ones, like held stock. And then the rest of her bank is actually filled with Dauntless gear that I need to get rid of. And unsullied stuff. But outside of that, should I put on like... Oh, I have a Scythe of Balloon. Oh, thank goodness. Okay. I don't know what happened to my Resto weapon, but at least I have a Scythe of Balloon. Lost for train of thought. Totally gone. No idea what I was saying. Oh yeah, the Fire Mage thing. What was I gonna say? I don't know. It's a good idea though. I like mages, and I'm not... Oh, the bank alt, yeah. So the only thing I use my bank alt for is posting auctions. So if I could just do that for my main, I totally would. I totally would. Would I? I do really like the clarity of getting a bunch of stuff that I'm selling to repost in my bags and having it be like clear, empty bags. So maybe I would continue using a bank alt. But yeah, Dark Iron Dwarf Fire Mage would be really cool. What else? Yeah. They'd also make good warlocks. My warlock is a human, and I am so over humans. I like the female human model a lot, but I'm just not really feeling it anymore. Okay. Let's see. I would enjoy a Jenny Nicholson voice pack, Samuel L. Jackson. Your voice pack makes me smile, but some of the bosses make you sound very insistent. I was about to say David Attenborough. And here we see, I can't do an impression, but, oh man. How did you work out what volume level to record your voice at while creating your voice pack? I did it wrong, basically. What I did was, in the demo voice pack, there are demo voice lines, so I just by ear, estimated how loud those were, and then tried to approximate my output volume. Like, not my volume, but like, when I was editing it, when I was running, I had an audio chain that I run over sound clips in Audacity, to smooth them out, add compression, bass treble, whatever. And in that, there was an amplify at the end of it to try and get the volume close to it. I didn't amplify it enough. I needed to make it louder. It felt really loud when I was listening to the voice files, and I didn't make it quite loud enough. But I was just trying to match it to the files they give you in the demo pack, basically. But I did it wrong. Garfunkel notes to sing at me. Can we just edit clips so it sounds off, but we have all the things that we want? Copyright might be a problem. You might be able to get away with it for a while because, like, I mean, I could see it being a problem if somebody's using that voice pack and they're making YouTube videos or streaming on Twitch, but just, like, within your own game, I guess the distribution might be a problem. You're not profiting off of it directly, and I don't know. I'm not a copyright lawyer. I have no idea. It's probably not okay, but it's more of a gray area than a lot of things that people get away with. Okay, that's that one. Okay. Eddie Redmayne? Surprised you aren't trying to get the parrot mount? From which one? From the Freehold? Wouldn't that be like a once per day? Is your voice back in curse? Yeah, search Hazelnutty, all one word, you should find it. Making a Dark Iron Fire Mage. I made a video of my friend's cat Jinx headbutting me. It was so cute, especially since she used to be scared of people. Mike, yeah, this song was, like, cats showing affection just melts me. And I don't know why. Like, my cat's very affectionate. It's not like she withholds it. I like to sit on the floor kind of behind my couch because it's near my husband's desk, so I'll just like sit down there on the floor and talk to him. And then the cat will get on the back of the couch and she'll be kind of like on level with my head. And she'll headbutt me in the head, and it's the cutest thing ever because she's doing it like on her own terms, like nobody's making her do that. She's just like pushing her face into your face from up on the back of the couch, and it's just like I die every time. I never get over how nice cats are. Everybody says we don't deserve dogs, and that's probably true, but I think we don't deserve cats. At least not my cat. I'm terrified that I'm gonna get future cats, and they're not gonna be as good as this one. No cat is ever going to be able to live up to the cat that I currently have. Why are you wearing blue light blocking glasses at this time of day? You're messing up your day-night routine? I don't know. I'm probably going to die. For extra unsullied gear, make sure you craft it before you sell it if it's your armor type. Yeah, and I mean, I was thinking about taking all the unsullied gear and all the dauntless gear, mailing it to characters of the armor type so I can use it and then vendor it, and it's probably worth doing. It's a different, like, the base vendor price is 5 gold, and when you create it and then vendor, it's like 20 to 40 gold. And I have a lot of pieces. I have a pretty full bank of that stuff, but it just sounds so annoying. Like, who has time for that? When am I gonna get, like, a free hour and be like, you know what I want to do? You know what I feel like doing is mailing, like, 100 unsullied pieces and crafting them and then vendoring them. Like, oh. Oh, gosh. Just install the voice pack. We'll be relying on you, Hazel, to tell me to move. I use Bartender 4. Oh, I've entered too many instances recently. Oh, no. Oh, but it's the last one. This is what I get for having 11 characters that I do this on. It'll probably reset soon, right? Like, we started an hour ago. I bet it'll reset in like 5 minutes. Man, I didn't think I would run into that. I've never actually run into that while running raids before. I've never done them that quickly. Got the blue Karaji battle tank. Congrats! Nice! Your micro menu on Bartender 4. I don't know. What's the micro... Oh, so the micro menu would be down here. The only thing I can think of is the really obvious thing that I'm sure you've already tried, which is going into the settings and then making sure it's enabled. You can also try moving it. Like, so I would say make sure it's enabled and then go into positioning and just try moving it. Like, go reset position, like try that and see if maybe it got dragged off the screen somehow. I don't know if that can happen. I think it might not be able to, but see if that can happen, and then go into visibility and make sure there's nothing going on here. Like, maybe try disabling all of the hide things just to see if that's a problem. That's all I can think of. It's just poking around in that menu. What have you thought of the recent Q&A by Blizzard? The most recent one that I saw was the, they were talking about World Quest add-ons and what else were they talking about? I forget. I've kind of forgotten most of what they said. I discussed it a little bit in the vlog that came out right after the Q&A came out. So those thoughts will be fresher, but honestly, I've forgotten by now. Today's tea sounds like a huge drama topic of the day rather than literal tea. Love it. True, actually. The Today Tea thing has been around for a couple of years, like before tea started being used in that way, like widespreadedly. Speaking of the cat. I never thought about that. Do you think there's some streamers that have a drama topic of the day? That would be funny. Once weekly from Freehold, yeah. What healing class, in your opinion, do you find the most fun and maybe also the best one? I am a bad person to ask that because I don't like healing in PvE. In Arena, I enjoy Resto Druids very much. In PvE, I prefer to play a Holy Priest, but I don't think that's because they're the best or they're the most fun. That's just because I already have a Priest and the buttons seem very straightforward to me. And it looks pretty. That's all I got to go off of. I'm not the best person to ask. I don't normally get to watch you live. I had surgery today, so off and able to. I wish you the best recovery. Will you ever try for the Shaw of Anger mount? Yeah, that's a good one. That's a good one. I should give it a go. I'm gonna try and adjust this so you guys can see this cat. She was like trying to... She also likes to hold hands. I may have gone too far down. She also likes to hold hands. So if I put this down here... Yeah, hi. Hi. Jeffrey, thanks for the super chat. Appreciate that. Raid guide. When did you run Old Deer for those videos? Some of the fights look slightly different than the other videos. Is your guide the newest? So I did both sessions of raid testing for most bosses. In most cases, I tried to use the most recent footage, but not all of them, so it's a little hit or miss. I don't have an exact write-up. And then some videos actually use footage from both testing sessions. So you'll notice in the Mithrax video, there is footage that looks a little bit bluer that has the Oblivion spheres as like painted black and purple, like crazy painted things. And then there's another one that's darker footage that has Oblivion spheres as just like orbs that are sparkly. The bluer one with the painty effects is newer. So yeah, it's a little, I tried to make sure I had the newest stuff, but I can't guarantee it's that way for the whole way through. Kitty is cute, and so is the fish. Fishy tank, that is Flutta the betta. I want more betta fish, but I can't, I'm chilling on aquariums while I'm in an apartment. I want to try and do a crazier aquascape next time. Like, that's barely even an aquascape. I've got a bunch of Java Fern on some rocks and stuff, on some black sand. I like it. I like the look of that tank, but I want to do a full planted tank next time for a betta, like get some eco-complete or some aqua soil and get some stem plants, like some crypts, maybe, and do like a really heavily planted betta tank next time for future betta fishies. Maybe I can get in now. Let's try this. I had a terrible day, managed to catch this live. I immediately feel so much better. I hope that everything picks up for you. It's not gonna, I'm never gonna tell anybody it's all gonna be okay, because one, I don't know anybody, I don't know you. I don't know if it's all gonna be okay, and sometimes in life it's not. But even when stuff doesn't get better, I find that we as people get better at dealing with it. And that tends to kind of even it out a little bit. Even when everything sucks, it's molding you into somebody that's better equipped to deal with it. Am I putting on a weapon? Am I wearing a weapon? I'm wearing a weapon. All right. Good start. I was concerned by my abilities being grayed out, but it occurred to me that's probably because of, you guys don't need to see the top of my head. There's nothing important up there. It's probably not. What? I'm out of stuff. I could have sworn there was something else I wanted to talk about. I had like stories from this week that I wanted to tell you guys. It's all just falling out of my head. I guess I can talk about the plan for videos. So tomorrow's I already talked about that. Tomorrow's the merch reveal video. Wednesday I am doing nothing. I consider taking Wednesday and Thursday off, but I think I'll actually go crazy if I try and just do nothing for 2 days. No, I want to, darn it. And then TSM videos are coming next. There might be 1 or 2 videos that are not guides that are mixed in to the TSM stuff, but that's my next main priority, is getting the TSM stuff done. I have a brand new 8-week-old kitten. She's a terrorist with those claws. OMG, so cute. Take lots of pictures. I wish I had taken more pictures of my cat when she was a kitten. I thought I was taking a ton of them. I don't have that many. Take lots of pictures. Have so much fun. If you can, try to get him or her used to having their paws handled so that you can trim the claws at home. That's huge. I know a lot of people that have to take their cats to a groomer or use like a thunder shirt or wrap them in a towel to trim their claws, and with her you can just like pick up her paw and you can just kind of like push her claws out, and then you can just take clippers and give them all a trim, and she doesn't care at all. I give her a treat every time, so that's the thing. It's like when I'm trimming her claw, I'm not trying to tell you how to reach a cat. I know nobody asked me for this, but every time I do my cat's nails, like I bring the clippers and a bag of treats to the couch, and then she'll come, and then I do the nails and immediately give her a treat every single time. So that's part of the reason why I think she puts up with it, is because she knows she's gonna get a treat. So I just like, you know, rub the paws, push the claws out really gently, and then give a treat every time, and I think it helps. It's probably harder with some cats than others, but starting early definitely helps out. A longtime lurker, figured I'd come say hi, welcome. When you're real sad, go people watching, it's fun. People watching is my favorite airport activity, and I think that's true of everybody, because what else are you gonna do in an airport? But, you know, if you've got a lot of time to kill, it's good. Actually, you know what my favorite people watching memory is? This is the most boring story ever. I, as a child, went on a trip with my sister. Our aunt took us to the West Edmonton Mall, which is a huge shopping mall in Edmonton, in Canada. It's got all sorts of stuff. It's huge. I want to go back there one day, just because my memory of it is so magnificent, and I want to go back there and be let down. It's got, like, an amusement park with rides in it, It has attractions. It has so many stores. It has hotels in the mall. It's like this huge big old thing. And we were eating at a restaurant. It was like a pizza place. And the restaurant was in the mall, but it was kind of like inset down like a half a level. So as you were sitting, you were next to a window and your eyes were kind of like knee level with people. Kind of awkward now that I think of it. But you were able to like look at people and people watch out the window while you were eating your pizza from a direction that nobody's really, you know, you felt less awkward about staring at people. Now, it wasn't like an upskirt angle or anything, or at least not that I remember. I was a tiny child, I don't remember. But it was just a cool angle to people watch from. You had a pretty good view of stuff, and the walkway was pretty wide. Oh, you know what else they had there? They had a dessert restaurant called Death by Chocolate. And they had, I think I actually got like crepes that were not that good. But I remember like just a dessert restaurant, just a restaurant that serves nothing but desserts. Like that's the dream. I love dessert, but like if I'm eating at a restaurant, by the time I'm finished my meal, I'm not eating anything else. I'm done. I'm gonna die. So like when you go to a restaurant just for dessert, then you can really commit to it. Like that's the dream. Bob Martin, thanks for the super chat. Appreciate that. Hey, how you doing? Are you gonna run Vortex Pinnacle since it's in the same zone? I already have the Vortex Pinnacle mount. I am blessed that dropped for me already. I farmed up not all, but most of the dungeon mounts. Back before I started streaming, I used to just love farming dungeon mounts, so I went and got like the Baron Rivendare mount and the Scotty mount and the Deepholm mount and what's it called? Not Stonecore mount. I got the Stonecore mount. Most of the basic dungeon mounts. Okay, last attempt of the day. Last thing. Fingers crossed. I'm actually crossing some fingers. Although, honestly, if it drops, like, what am I going to do next? I don't know. I don't have another plan. So, no dice on that. Favorite pop star? I'm loving Ariana Grande's new album. I am so fickle when it comes to pop stars. Like, I enjoy a lot of stuff. For Western pop stars, I don't know. So many of them have beef with each other that I'm afraid to, like, pick one and, like, choose a side when I just like fun music. But, most of the great stuff. Wow, that was like the dumbest answer I could have possibly given. My new gaming PC just got here. They sent it in a giant wooden crate. Nice. Tourists love West End. I grew up in Edmonton. It was just such a crazy experience. I'd never been to a mall like that before, and I do want to go back one day just because I remember like our hotel room was really cool. They had like themed hotels. It's probably really cheesy, but maybe one day. I don't know. I really hate clothing shopping these days. Like as a kid, I enjoyed it. And as a teenager, I enjoyed like shopping for clothes with my friends, but as an adult, I can't stand it. I'm like uncomfortable being outside in the world. My hair is getting all frizzy because I'm putting on things to take them off. Sales associates make me deeply uncomfortable because I don't know why. They're being very nice. Everybody's been great, but I feel so awkward and not like a real human being when I'm just out trying to find clothes. I don't like anything. I go into clothes shopping with too specific of desires. Like, I'll decide that I want a thing, and then I go try to find the thing, because I figure it'll be easier if I know what I want, but I'm too specific, and I can't find it, because it's, like, a specific thing. I hate clothes shopping, but maybe it would be fun if I, like, made a thing out of it. Best place to level battle pets, 6 through 8? That's oddly specific. Can't think of anything else off the top of my head, but honestly, well, BFA World Quest Tamers. But when you mouse over a zone, you can see the pet level. So, for example, Stone Talon Mountains is 5 through 7. You get down to Desolus, you're 7 through 9, so you can see the level of wild pets. If you're just looking to level off of wild pets, then just find the zones that are kind of near the level of your pets, and you can do that by mousing over them. It'll show you there. Would you ever try a beta sorority? I don't know. I don't think so. I've heard that even when everything's going really well, they're just a little bit more finicky to set up, and sometimes you're going to get one that's not going to play well with others. And I get so anxious whenever my fish fight. They don't even fight. Like, I have White Cloud Mountain minnows, and they just stare at each other, and I'm still uncomfortable. So I want just really nice fish. You know what I do want to try, though? Okay, so actually, I have a story. Wow, I'm hyping this up too much. It's really boring. But, the other day, I was sitting in front of my aquarium, drinking my tea and just staring at my fishies like you do. And my White Cloud Mountain minnows laid eggs right in front of me. So there was 3 of them, and they, like, took off in a direction like they were fighting. And there was, like, 2 of them driving a 3rd one. And they pushed her into a big clump of plants. And then it was like sugar crystals falling out of them into the plant and onto the substrate. It was the coolest thing. And the corridors like immediately ate them. Like none of those eggs are turning into fish. But just watching that happen made me realize that one day, probably when I'm in a house, so I have space for the aquariums and stuff, I really want to, just as a fun hobby, I really want to breed fish. I'm not planning on breeding any crazy fish, although you never know. I get into a hobby, it gets kind of crazy, but like, I want to raise baby fish, you know? I want to do the whole thing with the baby brine shrimp and the microworms and the vinegar eels, and I want to like watch them grow up. I don't know what I'll do with them when they grow up. Maybe you just take them to the fish store so they can sell them and find homes. Maybe I keep the cutest ones for myself. I'm sure it would be difficult and frustrating, but I want to raise the baby fish. I was so excited. I never thought they would do it right in front of me. It was so cool. Okay, I gotta go. Thank you very much for watching my stream. Merch launch tomorrow, noon Pacific time tomorrow. I'll be releasing a merch launch video that I'm gonna record later today. With the shirts coming out. Squirrel Squad shirts will be available for the time being for a while, and the 100K shirts will be available for 2 weeks only. I'm so excited to show you guys those tomorrow. Thank you everybody, huge shout out to everybody that has been watching my raid guides and sharing my raid guides and like linking them in your guild discords. It means the world to me. It's so helpful, and I appreciate it so much. It means so much to me that people like those. So thank you so much for that, and I hope that you guys have a wonderful, 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 wonderful day.